Welcome to NNPCL increases official fuel pump price to 537 naira per litre for Russian consulates. We'll bring you details of the stories and more in a moment. In the news this afternoon is the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), which has jacked up pump prices of petrol, also known as premium motor spirit (PMS), from 195 naira per litre to 537 naira per litre. According to a new price template disclosed by NNPCL today, Lagos State has the least price of 488 naira per litre, while Maiduguri and Damaturu have the highest pump prices of 577 naira per litre. Meanwhile, most filling stations in the nation's capital, Abuja, had adjusted to the new pump price, and pump prices had been adjusted across the state. In a related development, the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) says the recently inaugurated Dangote petrol refinery may not take complete care of the needs of Nigerians and may not bring down prices of petroleum products in the country. Speaking in an interview with newsmen, the NLC president, Joe Ajaro, said the Dangote refinery is commendable but might not be the answer to the issues confronting the petroleum sector. Ajaro noted that to avoid issues of direct dictatorship, where only one company operates in the market, other companies are encouraged to establish refineries in the country. From the Green Chambers, the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on the State of Refineries in the country has said that the federal government spent a sum of over 11 trillion naira from 2010 to date on rehabilitation of refineries. According to the panel, 7,068 euros and 3,455,656 pounds. Giving a breakdown of the figures, the committee said while the cost of rehabilitation projects was over, losses by the refineries over a given period was over 366 billion naira. It's Peter Obi against the President Bola Tinubu following the illness of two key staff members of his legal team of the February 25th presidential election, through which Tinubu emerged as president. Kalu, representing the petitioners, told the court today vital documents before the court. Meanwhile, the National Industrial Court in Abuja has upheld by the president of the court, Justice Benedict Kanye. The court held that it was within the right of the federal government to withhold the salaries of workers who embark on industrial action. It held that no of university autonomy for the federal government to impose the integrated payroll and personnel information system platform on members. Of prohibition of trafficking in persons, NAPTIP has dismissed the deputy director and 4 other officers of various disclosures in a statement today. Adekoya explained that the offences range from corruption to demanding and receiving bribes from suspect and relatives, other offences committed by the and alteration of official records and being absent without official leave. According to Adegoye, one rank for negligence of duty. Adekoye also include and announced that a federal high court sitting in Sokoto State convicted a law enforcement officer and sentenced him to prison. He is payable to Abia government and imposed on tricycles, keke, buses, taxis, and other commercial vehicles plying Abia roads. According to a statement of revenue collection in the state, and stop all kinds of extortion, intimidation, and harassment of motorists. He said that the suspension takes immediate effect and will remain until government reviews this levy to extortion, intimidation, and violation of rights and privileges of Abia residents. In the light of the above decision, the governor had asked all the aggrieved and directed to apprehend and bring to justice anyone found violating the directive. In the meantime, Governor Moino had yesterday approved the following appointments with immediate effect. Prince Enobong Owa, Secretary to State Government, Chief of Protocol, Dr. Udwabong Inam, Economic Advisor. This was made known by the Permanent Secretary, Government House, Nathaniel Adiakman. The governor, however, encouraged the Akwa Ibom people to accord them necessary support to enable them to discharge their duties creditably. He said she died after a short illness. The family also requested privacy to allow members to mourn her passing. Recall that the late idol in her lifetime received several literary honors and awards, among which our sister Killjoy and the Daily Mayor of August. She was Secretary for Education in Ghana from 1982 to 1983 under the Jerry Rawlings PNDC administration and established the Bassem Foundation in 2000 to creation of an intergovernmental agreement between Moscow and Burundi on civilian nuclear energy is in its final. Mbura. He said both parties were committed to cooperating in the peaceful use of the nuclear energy. Recall that the two countries on a foreign scene, Berlin is revoking the licenses of 4 out of 5 Russian consulates in Germany in response to Moscow's decision to limit the number of German officials in Russia to 350. According to a spokesperson, Russia's Kaliningrad, Yekaterinburg and Novosibirsk will be closed. Meanwhile, the German embassy in Moscow and the consulate in St. Petersburg will remain in operation. Serb northern areas. It has criticized Kosovo's decision to install ethnic Albanian mayors in northern Kosovo by forcible means. Kosovo has been expelled from participating in Zvegan, North Kosovo on Monday. And still to come in the news, Guardiola wins Premier League. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. On our business news, the Debt Management Office DMO in a tweet has stressed the need for Nigeria to boost revenue and widening budget deficit. While Indonesia targets a budget surplus, Nigeria has consistently maintained a wide budget deficit. According to an analysis of the federal government's data from the Budget Office of the Federal Budget data cover the actual budget deficit and projections for 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 has risen by 370.54% from 2.41 trillion naira in 2016 to 11.34 trillion naira in 2023. The data was obtained from the Budget Implementation Report for 2016. And still in business, the level of domestic transactions on the Nigerian Exchange Limited has dropped by 45.30% in 16 years from. This was revealed in a report issued by the NGX chronicling activities on the local bourse for April. Data from the Naira in 2008 before dropping to 422 billion Naira in 2011 and grew past 1 trillion Naira before dropping to 634 billion Naira in 2016. It suffered another dip below the 1 trillion Naira mark in 2019 and stood at 1945 trillion Naira as of the end of 2022, over 179 billion naira. Meanwhile, total domestic transactions accounted for about 84% of the total transactions carried out in 2022, whilst foreign transactions accounted for. Marks World No Tobacco Day today. The World Health Organization has pushed out a message supporting a campaign against tobacco farming as a policy employed to discourage smoking. The World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa, Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, said that the tobacco epidemic is one of the biggest. Noted that while the number of people using tobacco product is decreasing in other parts of the world, it is rising in the Africa region. According to Moeti, this year's theme is Grow Food, Not Tobacco. The World Health Organization therefore raised awareness about alternative crop production and marketing opportunities for tobacco farmers and to address the lingering health issues in the country. The stakeholders who made the call in separate interviews with newsmen said the new government should be more sensitive to health and the well-being of Nigerians. The national president of drug manufacturers, he said, such incentives would help scale up the percentage of drugs produced in the country, which currently stands below 30%. Has won the award for the fifth time in his seventh campaign at the DTH Stadium. The Spanish coach best of competition from Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, Roberto Zebbi, Brighton, Unai Emery, Aston Villa, Eddie Howe, Newcastle United, and Marco Silva, Fulham, to land the award. Guardiola is the second manager in Premier League. Still in sports, Brentford have signed Netherlands goalkeeper Mark Flanken from Freiburg for a reported £11 million. The 29-year-old, who has won 4 international caps, joins on a 4-year contract subject to international clearance, and Thomas Frank said he is a player with a lot of quality, finishing 9th in the Premier League this season. And on entertainment news, gossip taken to her Instagram page, the proud wife expressed admiration for her spouse, lauding him for his unmatched character and integrity. In her heartfelt message, Chinwo described her husband as a special gift. The singer also expressed her deep love and appreciation for him and showered him with powerful prayers. And still on entertainment, acclaimed singer-songwriter Victoria Kimani is set to of Afropop and R&B. The production serves as the perfect backdrop, allowing Victoria's vocals to captivate and engage the listener. Reports say the new single is available on all streaming platforms. Our website, spectrumtv.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News at 4. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.